Hari Om.
Hari Om.
We'll chant Katho Upanishad, Pratham Adhyaya, Tritiya Valli, Mantra 1 onwards. Starting with the Tritiya Valli. Kritam pibanto supratasya loke, Tuham pravishto parame parardhe, Gaya tapo brahma vido vadanti, Panchagnayo ye cha trinachi kedaha. Mantra 2. Ya seturi jananam, Aksharam brahma yat param, Abhayam titirsatam param,
Abhayam Titi
Chiketagum sakemahe, Atmanam prathinam viddhi, Buddhim tu sarathim viddhi, Mana pragrame vacha, Indriyani hayanyahu, Vishayagam stesu gocharan, Atmendriya manayuktam, Bhokter vyaktahu manishina. Mantra 5. Yastva abhigyanvan bhavati, Ayuktena manasa sada, Darshandriyanya Vishyani Dustasva eva sarati Yastu Vidyanavan Bhavati Yuktena Manasa Sada Yasendriyani Vasyani Tadasva eva sarati. Mantra 7. Yastu Abhigyanvan Bhavati Manasta Sada Suchi Sat Tat Padamapnoti Tansarm Pradigachati. Mantra 8. Yastu Vigyanavan Bhavati Samanasta Sada Suchi तु तत्पदमाप्नोति
Satu
यस्मात् भूयो न जायते. मंत्र 9. विज्ञान सारिथिर्यस्तु मनः प्रग्रहवर्णर सोत्वन्न परमाप्नोति तद्विष्णु परमं पदम. मंत्र 10. इंद्रियेभ्यः पराह्यार्थ अर्थभ्यश्च परं मनः मनसस्तु परा बुद्धि बुद्धिरात्मा महान् परः. I'll come to mantra 11. महतः परमव्यक्तम् व्यक्तात् पुरुषः परः शाकास्था सा परागति. Hari Om. It's a long way. We have covered Katho Upanishad and we are in the third section of the first chapter. In this section, we are seeing how this Ratha Kalpana is done and how the 5 horses draw the chariot of life. And we have also seen a comparison of that 6 comparisons of this Ratha Kalpana. Okay, I'm just reminding you again and again so that we don't forget. Okay. The Jivatma is the master of the chariot. The body is the chariot which we drive, and our intellect is the charioteer. He's like the Krishna on the Ratha. Intellect is the charioteer. And the mind is the reins, the lagam of the chariot. And the sense organs are the horses. The sense objects are the roads that the horses take. So there are 6 comparisons we have given for this analogy, and we have seen a lot of combination of what happens if we do not use our intellect Intellect means the proper charioteer is not proper, he is not holding the reins properly, they are not harmonious, unrestrained mind, and without the intellect, the right understanding cannot take place, and the sense organs will become uncontrollable. Okay. Then the horses will go either and either. You cannot reach your destination. In contrast, who has the right understanding of the intellect and he can control the mind, and so his horses will be under control and he can go to his destination without any damage to the horses or the road. So all that has been described. Now, another aspect has been opened out. Okay. Now this you see in our mantra, we see mantra 10 and 11. These horses, yes, they go out and the ratha going on the road and intellect and mind, they're all okay. But that is all going outside, to the world outside. Okay. So you look inside now. What is happening? Become antarmukhi. Look within. That sense objects which we are told is subtler than the sense organs. How it happens? And sense organs are there, how they are subtler than the mind. Mind is subtler, and then getting into the buddhi is subtler than the mind. All that we have seen. After that, what? What happens in the total world? So all this we are discussing in mantra 10 and 11. We have completed mantra 10 last time. Just to remind you, that says that indriyebhya para artha. Artha means the artha, artha. Artha, the para. Para means superior, subtler, more pervading. Okay. Like you say, the akasa, the space is more pervading than the earth or the air, isn't it? So, same way, the objects of the world are more pervading than the indriyas, our sense organs. And arthabhyascha parangmana. The mana, the mind, is more subtler than the arthas, the objects of the world. This point we had discussed in detail last time, how the sense objects become subtler than the sense organs themselves. Okay. We had seen that the cause is greater than the effect. Cause is greater or subtler than the effect. Okay. Because from where you what you call the burn, that is also greater than the where you are born. That means like a seed is the cause of the tree. So that holds some more power. The seed holds the power of creating the tree. So the seed is subtler. Okay. Same way, without the seed, the tree cannot be there. So, and with I give you another analogy that without the students, the teacher cannot be there. The teacher exists because of the presence of the students. When the students are not there, teacher cannot call himself a teacher. Okay? Same way, without the objects of the world, the sense organs have no role to play. So that's why it is subtler. And next we see mind is subtler than the sense objects. That is very clear. Mind, the more pervading, more subtler. So that is subtler than objects. Then the intellect is subtler than the mind. You don't have to think about it. Next thing what he says, subtler than the intellect is the great self. What is that great self? Buddhir Atma Mahat Mahan Para. Mantra 10, the fourth pada. Okay, Buddhir Atma Mahan Para. Okay, superior to intellect is the great self. What is that great self? The great self is nothing but the Hiranyagarbha. Hiranyagarbha is what? It comes in the beyond our known things. See, all this time we are thinking of the body, mind, and all that, comparing. Now you go out of that. Where the mind comes, where the intellect comes, where are you, how you born, where you are existing, how the creation took place, that Thoda will go beyond the physical individual entity to the total entity. Okay? So Hiranyagarbha is the total mind. Mind and intellect together here. Hiranyagarbha is the total mind and intellect. Means it is the samasti antakarana. Antakarana means inner instruments, mind and intellect. Samasti antakarana is the Hiranyagarbha. And so that's why it is subtler than the Vyasti antakarana of the intellect that we are talking about. Is it clear? Samasti antakarana means it is the mind and intellect of everything, the whole. And my intellect is the intellect of the individual. Individual thoughts originate in the individual mind. But the total thought, samasti thought, or samasti, everything samasti, it originates in the samasti antakarana. That is called Hiranyagarbha. You can remember as only samasti mind also, you can remember. Mind also will include the intellect. And that Hiranyagarbha, you must understand, Hiranyagarbha is the source. It is the reservoir of all thoughts of the universe. Okay? From there only everything is. No one can generate a single thought without, presence of Hiranyagarbha. Like everything is there. So, we can call it a God principle also. But there is something subtler than the Hiranyagarbha. We come to that in the next mantra. So I told you in this mantra, mantra 10, we are seeing in order of gross to subtle, we see first is the senses. Next, subtler than the senses is the sense objects. Subtler than the sense objects is the mind. Subtler than the mind is the intellect. And subtler than the individual intellect is the great self or Mahat or Hiranyagarbha. So these are the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 levels of subtlety are mentioned here. Can you remember this or just visualize? Okay. So in Hiranyagarbha, we are shifting from the Vyasti to Samasti. from individual to total, right? So that's why, see, why we're talking about this is, if we are going to claim that Aham Brahmasmi, that means the total, and that Brahman is subtler than, obviously subtler than the Hiranyagarbha itself. So you have to expand your thinking, expand your consciousness. You cannot be limited to your individual thought process. Okay? So you have to expand step by step. And what is being told here is not, it's just a bolt from the blue. It is also repeated in Bhagavad Gita. It's chapter 3, 42. Okay. Indriyani paranayahu, indriyebhya param manah, manasastu para buddhir, buddhir paratastu saha. Bhagavad Gita, chapter 3, sloka number 42. So same thing has come to Bhagavad Gita. So you can understand the importance of this mantra. Okay. Now we go to the next mantra, mantra 11, which we chanted now. Okay. Mahata param abhyaktam, abhyaktat purusa param. I will give you Mahata means it's a Panchami Vibhakti. You see, Mahata means beyond the Mahat, beyond the Mahan, the great self, the Hiranyagarbha that we said. What is beyond that? Mahataha, from the beyond this Mahat, is the Param Abhyaktam. Param Abhyaktam, that word is Param Abhyaktam, the superior. Superior. Abhyaktam is what? Abhyaktam means unmanifested. Abhyaktam means unmanifested. Okay. Now, that Param Abhyaktam, that great, the superior unmanifest, is saying Abhyaktat, beyond the Abhyakta, beyond the unmanifested, is the Purusaha Para. Beyond the unmanifested is the Purusa. Purusa means it is the supreme being. Okay. Then next line you see, second line, that means Tritiya Pada, Purusat na param kinchit. Purusat means beyond Purusa, na param kinchit. Nothing is superior. Nothing is subtler.
Yes, sir.
Next fourth pada is Sa Kastha Sa Para Gati. Sa means that. Kastha means the topmost, the zenith. The ekme. Sa Param Gati. That is the highest goal, the supreme goal. Gati we can take as goal here. The supreme goal. That is the supreme goal. That is the end of it. There is nothing more than that. Okay. So we came to the next level, because in mantra 10 we had left with Mahat. Mantra 10 we had said that Buddhir Atma Mahan Para. That Mahat, the Hiranyagarbha, is the subtler than the, that is the total intellect, total mind is subtler than the individual mind. So here in this mantra, it is taking forward what is subtler than that. So it's saying Abhyakta. Abhyakta is unmanifest. Vyakta is manifest. The Dikta is Vyakta, or you can hear or touch, that is the manifest. But Abhyakta is unmanifest. That unmanifested is superior to Mahat, the great self. Why you are saying great self? Because it is the total mind. Okay. Abhyaktat Purusa Para. That means Purusa is greater than the Abhyakta. Okay. And there is nothing higher than the Purusha. He is the culmination, he is the highest, he is the what you call zenith of that. Is the highest goal of all of us. Okay. Is it clear? So there are only three levels of superiority or subtler levels. Mahata, which we had discussed earlier. Subtler than Mahat is Abhyakta. Subtler than Abhyakta is the Purusha. Now this Abhyakta we can take as Prakriti, and Purusha is taken as Purusha. Okay. Prakriti and Purusha. This is the relationship. So in the previous mantra, we progressed from grossest to subtlest. Is represented by sense organs. Sorry. Then subtler than that is the sense object. Subtler than the sense objects is the mind. Subtler than the mind is the intellect. And subtler than the intellect is that Mahat, the great self, the Hiranyagarbha. Now we start here. It is being described that Hiranyagarbha, yes, it is there. The total mind is there, but subtler than the total mind is the unmanifested Jagat.
Yes.
Okay, unmanifested Jagat. See, Hiranyagarbha is also unmanifested, but it is in a little bit expressed. I'll explain to you how. Unmanifest is, if you say unmanifest is the seed form, Hiranyagarbha we can call it as a sprout. So पेड़ पौधा हुआ नहीं, it is a sprout, just like a moong ka, you that sprout of a moong, no? So that sprout only come out. It's not the full tree. So that seed form is the Abhyakta and sprout form is the Hiranyagarbha. So we can consider this Hiranyagarbha as the sprout and Abhyakta as the seed form.
Absolutely.
So in the seed, the total blueprint of the tree is there. Suppose you consider a banyan tree. All of us have seen banyan tree. The seed is, that the fruit of the banyan tree is so small, and the seed is very tiny. And from one tiny seed, the banyan tree it comes up. Of course, how it is spread is a different thing. They say the crow eats the banyan fruit and then it goes and discharges somewhere, and one of them also becomes a tree. But you see, the huge banyan tree, the blueprint of that banyan tree is in the seed, and the tiny seed. And in that, the seed has the genes of the tree and all the prototype of the tree, including how the branches will be, how big it will be, what is the size of the leaf, the type of leaves, type of fruit, and how the hanging that other things will be there. So many, or the entire prototype of the banyan tree is present in the seed. Okay. The present, that is present where? In Abhyakta. The prototype of the banyan tree is unmanifested form in the seed only. That is Abhyakta. Okay. That is clear. Now this Mahata or Hiranyagarbha, as I told you, it is the total mind intellect or total antakarana. And in another level, we can consider this as the samasti vijnanamaya kosa. See, again, see, beautiful the Upanishads explain, you see. All these levels are also can be compared to the panchakosa that we have. Okay, panchakosa, like this, something is manifested, something is not, something like the manomaya kosa is the mana. So our intellect is the vijnanamaya kosa. Vijnanamaya kosa is the intellect. So vijnanamaya kosa, the individual intellect. But the same vijnanamaya kosa of the total intellect, the samasti vijnanamaya kosa is the Hiranyagarbha. You get that? Samasti vijnanamaya kosa is the Hiranyagarbha. And same way, samasti karana sarira. We say no. Gross body, subtle body, and causal body. Right? The so the causal body, the karana sarira, is the unmanifest for the individual. Karana sarira. Here samasti karana sarira is the parama abhyaktam. So that abhyaktam is the unmanifest jagat, total jagat is the abhyaktam. Okay, that's what we call prakriti. In Sankhya we call it pradhana. Pradhana means prakriti only. Prakriti ka abhyakta form is called pradhana, and that is the seed form. So samasti karana sarira. Okay. Now we come to the next level of Purusha. Okay. The Purusha is obviously subtler than the Purusha is subtler than the Prakriti. Abhyaktam is grosser than the Purusha. And the Purusha is what we call the Supreme Lord or Supreme Truth, what we call the Brahman, the all-pervading existence, consciousness, bliss. That is the state of perfection. We can call it Nirguna, Nirakara, Nirvikalpa. And that Purusha is one and only one. Okay? And that Purusha wishes to be many. Bhausyam bhavati iti. When it desires or wishes to be many, that Bhagavan, Purusha, wishes to be many, then how does it do that? That wish, he expresses itself to be many in the total universe. So that's why the Purusha is called Maya Karana. Purusha utilizes the power, its own power of Maya for the creation. Maya is nothing but an illusion. It is there, it is not there. Maya is expressed as only the effect. You can know only when it has happened. You cannot pinpoint where is Maya, what is Maya. You cannot do that. Only when it has happened, from the effect only you can know this is Maya. There is a beautiful poem by, not poem, statement by Vivekananda, Swami Vivekananda. What is Maya? He has given by effect only. For example, a son, a child becomes very, naughty, and the mother scolds him, but she doesn't want to let him go. So in the mind, she knows that he is naughty and he is doing nuisance. At the same time, she also tries to hold on in the. She'll not let him go and do whatever. If the boy was from outside, she will scold him and throw him out. But his own son, she cannot throw. So that is the Maya. अपना है तो पकड़ के रखो, माया लगा है, बच्चों के साथ माया है, जितना भी गुमराह करो बच्चों को छोड़ नहीं सकता है. She has given such examples, many examples. What is Maya? And that Maya is only recognizable through the effects. Okay? So this, the Purusha, the Supreme Lord, he uses the power of Maya for the creation. Right? And we have seen in our Tattvada, Maya has two powers. That mind should be alert. So this Avarana Shakti and Vikshepa Shakti.
Varana.
The Avarana is the power of covering up, concealing things. And Vikshepa is the power to project it out. Okay? That pure consciousness, that project itself through various layers of subtler to gross like that, no? Many layers of subtler to gross, okay? Finally, it manifests as Jagat. Now we saw the layers. The Parama Abhyaktam jo hai, Para Purusha jo hai, that is the subtlest of the subtlest. Then it is coming to this Samasti Karana Sarira, that is total mind. Then it comes Samasti, all this we saw now. क्या बोलते हैं, the intellect and Purusha to Abhyaktam to Mahata to Hiranyagarbha to intellect, and then mind, then sense organs and sense objects, all these, the levels of subtlety that we saw, it is all created by Maya. But whatever is created, that Purusha is present in everything. Whatever is created. Okay? So in this mantra, it is saying that beyond that Abhyakta, beyond the Prakriti, is the Purusha, right? It is the subtlest someone can ever imagine. But you wonder, what is subtler than the Purusha? Somebody can say, no, you are talking of again and again the levels of subtlety is there. What is subtler than the Purusha? Is there anything? So the mantra, very specifically, it says, Purushat na param kinchit. There is nothing subtler than the Purusha. Okay? Because if you do that, it will go in the, they say, anavastha dosa. It cannot, it keep on going, it will never end. Infinite regression, it will never end. So this anavastha dosa dura karne ke liye, the mantra insists that Purushat na param kinchit. Again, one may wonder, is this Purusha Tattva, the supreme truth, that all of us are seeking? All of us are thinking that we'll become one with that, isn't it? And the whole thing, moksha is what? Moksha is to be one with the Lord. That means you become Aham Brahmasmi. And that Brahmasmi is the highest, no? The subtlest. So that Purusha is the perfect. It is the existence, consciousness, bliss. And is there anything other than that and subtler? That if you ask, then the mantra is putting everything to rest, taking out all your doubts. It is saying, the Shruti is asserting that sa kastha, sa paragati. Kastha means is the topmost, the zenith or the acme of the anything. That pyramid that we are looking, that is the topmost. Sa kastha, sa param gati. This is the highest goal that you can have. There is nothing more than that. I'll just give you another way of looking at this, the extent or the expanse of the Abhyakta or Hiranyagarbha, how huge it is. All of us consider ourselves to be, I, the self. We have very ahankara, ego, that everything goes around me only. So how tiny the self is, myself as a individual is, I just want to bring to your notice. See, I am sitting in, say, in a house or a flat in Bombay, right? And the Bombay, the house is very small, maybe 1,000, 2,000 square feet, whatever it is. Square feet में गिनती कर. It is so small that it's invisible or unrecognizable in a city like Bombay. All of us are like that. See, Bhubaneswar also, one house will be there, but the city is so big. The city is part of the state. Compare your city and the whole state is so big. So city is very small. So subtler or more pervading than you and your home is the city. More pervading is the state. More than that is the nation, say India. Okay, out of so many states, how many states in India now? I'm not contradicting. Okay, I accept it. So suppose 29 states are there, and my state is one of them. Now, what I have to say that one state, so many states are comprising of one nation, India. And if you see the map of the world or the map of Asia and the world, India is so small. One country amongst the many countries of the world. So we are also so tiny. Now you go beyond the world. Earth is only one planet, and in the solar system. In the solar system, and Earth is not the biggest planet also. Jupiter is the largest planet, isn't it? And Earth is one planet only. So you understand how tiny entity that I am, that I saw myself, and thinking of so big. So Earth is one of the many planets of the solar system. And the solar system, what is that? It is one star. One star in a galaxy, isn't it? And the sun is one star in a galaxy, and that galaxy is Milky Way. And that Milky Way has got millions of stars. Millions of stars in the Milky Way. One of them is a galaxy, and one of them is the sun, and the solar system. In the solar system, we are what you can see. And mind you, the universe consists of millions of galaxies. Universe consists of millions of galaxies. Galaxy means clusters of stars. Millions of stars together is a galaxy, right? And the universe consists of millions of galaxies. So how tiny we become compared to the total universe. The scientists say that total all the galaxies, suppose you say total thing, there only, we know only 4% of the total. Only 4% of the total, whatever you say, math you call, Abhyaktam, whatever you call, only 4% you know. 96% is unknown. And that 96%, out of that 20%, 24% is the dark matter, and 72% is the 24% the dark energy, 72% is the dark matter. So dark wave bolte hai na, it's like the dark wave. You go inside, you don't find anything. You don't know where you are. 96% is dark, unknown. Only 4% is known, and that out of that 4% total universe, and then you come down to galaxy, to sun, to Prithvi, to Asia, to our state, and how small we are, you see. And that is the subtlest to the grossest that we are seeing. That Maya, we come back to Maya. That Maya includes this galaxy. I mean, the galaxies with 4% that is Vyaktam. Sorry, the 4% that is Vyakta, and the 96% which is dark matter also. Dark energy and dark matter milake to 96%. Maya also includes that. But that 96% is not available for study. When these astronomical studies are done, and scientists do know, it's only they are studying this 4% only. 96% is not available for study. Nobody will know, because there is no boundary. There is a infinite.
So
Understand. It's only a comparison, just a study, that we are so little that is known in terms of the universe, and we think we are so all knowledgeable people. Okay. So
there is only
this
one single man is, one single man is ruling this world. One single man, Trump.
Yeah, became a dictator like other.
One man. Single man.
But this,
Sir, one point. When we call there is nothing beyond Purusha, but we sometimes, call a word Purushottama. Purushottama. See, we
yes.
call it, how do we, in Ramachandra we call Purushottama, Jagannath we call Purushottama. In yoga, in Gita also there is a Purushottama yoga.
That's correct.
So who is that entity?
Purushottama means the Uttama Purusha. Purusha Uttama. That means he the greatest Purusha. Para Purusha bolte hain na, that.
God hai kya?
Purusha Para. What we call here Purusha Para, that Purushottama, that Purusha Uttama, he is the best Purusha, ऐसा करके बोला है. That is a adjective that has been used. So what I was coming to, then this 96% is Abhyaktam, and that everything is included in that. And all that means there is a potential form which is not known. But see, individually also, we experience a very small part of that. Let's say how it is. See, in our Jagrat, Swapna, Sushupti, 3 avasthas. In the Sushupti avastha, we are present. That means I, the Purusha or the consciousness is present, but not known, not experienced. Isn't it? I don't experience anything during the Sushupti, but presence is there. That state of Sushupti is not nothingness, but something is present. Same way, the whole universe that we are talking about, that 96% dark matter, it is present, but not known, not experienced. So, I mean, just a what analogy. Okay. So that Abhyaktam can be told that this is the Samasti Karana Sarira. From that only it gets cropped off. No, everything Bhakta is coming out of the Abhyakta. That Samasti Karana Sarira or Samasti Karana Avastha or what Sarira is the individual, but total. Samasti Karana is a total Karana Sarira. That we can call as Iswara. Iswara, you see, you must remember, Iswara is what is that Paramatma plus Maya is equal to Iswara. He is already having the power of Maya. Ishvara controls the Maya. So that, and he is the Karana Sarira. That Ishvara, and whatever we say, Bhagavan, all the avatars and everything is the Ishvara level only. That Abhyakta level, that Narayana or Brahman, that we don't have the power to visualize also. That is Nirakara, Nirvikalpa. Okay. This Abhyakta Avastha has been described in the Mandukya Upanishad very vividly. This Abhyaktat Purusha Paraha, what we are discussing, is that blankness of the deep sleep. We can call it Abhyakta. But beyond that blankness, that Purusha is there. That consciousness is present in the darkness, in the blankness also. The blankness is actually not blank. Purusha is there. That consciousness principle is witness to that, that in no experience also. Purusha is essentially the Atma, the Brahman. Okay? Purusha means Atma, the Chaitanya, the consciousness. And it is the witness consciousness. So that witness consciousness is also witnessing the deep sleep state where there is no experience. Abhyakta. So this mantra very clearly indicates that there is nothing beyond or superior to the Purusha. Once I know that, that is the final acme, highest goal, highest pinnacle of that. And that I make my point to attain that goal. And then you use all your Ratha Kalpana and all that we have studied so far, use that to achieve that goal. That is the Paragati. That's the highest Purushartha that we can say. Sa Kastha, Sa Paragati. That is the highest goal. And what is our highest goal? Out of the 4 Purusharthas, Moksha is the highest goal. So that we must keep in mind, and then we proceed on this path of life that we are embarking on. With this, we complete this mantra 11.
Nice.
Any questions? Satyanarayan ji. Any questions?
Sir, no, sir, nothing.
Anyway, anybody has any questions? Because we are touching upon a subject which we must understand and remember also. This the levels of subtlety. You must also remember.
Too difficult to perceive.
So many stars of the sky.
Millions of stars.
Akas
And that is in
Ganga.
one galaxy.
One galaxy.
Yeah, no. One star system. One star is a system. All the
Yes.
systems put together is a Akasa Ganga. There are millions of Akasa Ganga.
So what you want?
Yes. Shishir Babu, any comments?
ବର ଗଛର ମଞ୍ଜି ଭିତରେ କେଡି
No questions, sir. No questions.
Huh? No questions. Are we able to grasp the vastness of the universe
Yes.
or
Sir.
the smallness of the individual?
Yes. Sir.
You know, when you think that billions of stars and one star is the sun, and then we are jumping around, I am doing this, I am doing that, I am so jnani, I have achieved this much. एक घर बना दिया, दो घर बना दिया. What is the use? That's so. Unless you give up this identity or the identity with the individual self or the gross things and move your thinking, at least in thought, you should expand your thought to encompass the total universe and then to the Param Brahma. Then only you can be one with the Brahman. Aham Brahmasmi बोलने से नहीं होगा. Unless you expand your thinking to include that whatever we discussed today. See how vast it is. Always we should consider this and know our little position, where you stand. Saksana Sahib, are you able to grasp this? Saksana Sahib. Okay. So, since there are no questions, we'll move over to our prayer. Shanti Pata. Om Swasti Pradabhya Paripalayantam. थोड़ा जोर से बोलो. Thank you very much. We'll take off. Hari Om. Hari Om.